Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the 2024 Vintage Smoke Alarm Collection Update.
Now, this is kind of a tradition in the smoke and fire alarm community where you lay out all your alarms and just show them all and a bit of info about them and stuff like that. Now, I've got quite a bit now. I have 42 vintage smoke alarms. Well, the reason I'm only doing vintage is because I think they're more interesting than the normal alarms from the 2010s and 2020s because they're not as interesting as these older vintage units. So yeah, that's basically why. And I was supposed to do this video in the end of 2024, but I wasn't home for most of December and stuff, so I hadn't had a chance to do it, but I'm doing it. Today is 2nd of January. When I record this, it's probably going out on the 2nd or 3rd. So yeah, and there's also a New Year's fire alarm sound up coming up. And by the way, when I say vintage alarms, I mean alarms that are 20 years or older, because I have alarms that are from 2004 and all the way to 1982. And also, I won't be testing any of the alarms in this video because it would take too long and stuff like that. But without further ado, let's get right into the video.
Alright, so here are the first smoke alarms. These are Garvin SS-166s, and these are photoelectric versions of the infamous Garvin SS-168s. We'll get to those later, but whatever. So these two are pretty rare. I got them both new in box a couple of months ago, and they are from, I think they're from late 2004, maybe 2005 even, but they're over 20 years old. Pretty sure they're like December 2024, January 2025. But so these also have pretty thick bases, as you might see, and that's because these are radio bases, which means that these two are interconnected together, or they can be at least. Pretty cool and pretty rare. I'm glad I have them. Yeah, so let's get to the next alarms. Right, so now we're kind of moving on to the elephant in the rooms here. The infamous Garvin SS-168s and the 3 generations they come in. So let's just start with the most common one, which is this one right here. This is the 2nd generation Garvin SS-168. This one is from 2000, as you can see right there. And the thing that you identify these with, I don't think I can cover that in this video actually, because it will just take way too long. I might do a video about these and how to identify them or something. We'll probably watch it, but whatever. So this is the 2nd generation Garvin SS-168. And then we got a similar version of this, or that, which is a 1st generation Garvin SS-168. Now, these are much more rare than all of these. I only have one of these, or one of them. This one is from 1993, I think. Yeah, there you go, 1993. It's basically exactly the same as that one, but it has a slower pulse to it and has some different labelings on the back and stuff. But they're pretty similar. Now let's get to the 3rd generation ones, which are these. These are also meant to fit on a radio base. So you can see in here they have like interconnect prongs, or they're actually broken on that one, I think. See on this one, yeah. You can see in that holder there are some interconnect prongs that you just stick to that radio base and they will work. So that's basically 3rd generation, and it also has a little smaller cover. Except for this one, and it goes out a bit on the side, and this one doesn't. But yeah, these are pretty common as well, kind of as common as that one, but pretty cool. Then we got these SS- I forgot them all. This is an SS-668SF. It's the only one with a different model. So these are basically this, but with a hush button, and very much smaller covers. As you can see, these are much more thick. Also, white test button, and that's code 3 for some reason. These all do 4.6, or this one is slower, or like 5.6, or 3.6, sorry. And then we got this weird unit. This is pretty much a mixture between the 3rd generation and the 2nd generation, because it has a 2nd generation cover which goes out a bit there, but It also has the interconnect prongs. It was from 2002. That's a bit weird. But yeah, that's basically all the Garmin alarms. Well, there's another one in the corner here, which we'll get to. Actually, let's just do it now. This is a Garmin. Let's see what the model was. 328. SS328. This one is from 1994. And this is actually a travel smoke alarm, so you can have it. You can take it with you, and stuff like that. You can hang it on something here. So yeah, that's that. Pretty rare. I'm glad you have it. So it's smoke guard. Pretty cool. Alright, so let's do some Kidde stuff now. So here are my 3 Kidde units, or like, what is it, Fire Sentry or something. Let's do this one first. This one is more rare than these. These are decently common. So this here looks like a P something, or I don't know what the real model was, but this is the Fire Sentry version. It's not really Kidde. Well, it is Kidde / Fire Sentry. It's pretty weird. It's kind of a European version of the American original one, which I forgot the model of. But the model here is PE9UK. Very weird. It's photoelectric, and it does code 3. It's basically that photoelectric version of this. Alright, so here we have these Kidde 0914Ns. These are kind of lookalikes of the i9040. It looks exactly like an i9040. We'll just remove this bracket. Here you go. Here's the back. Model 0914N. And this one is from 2003. By the way, that one's from 2003 as well. This one is from 2002. I have made a video about these two. I made a video about when I unboxed them. I'll just leave it like that. Right, so that's all the Kidde units. Let's get to these two, which are pretty boring. These are different companies, but they're just boring 2000 alarms, which I'll just get over with. So let's start with this one. This is from a company called Joel, or Solo, I believe. The Solo S12013. That's the model. And this is just a boring, very cheap ionization alarm. It actually has broken ones. I got this new in box, by the way. It's from 2000. The horn in it is pretty in bad shape. Sometimes it just straight up doesn't work. And also one time, instead of blinking, it started lighting steady instead. It was just lighting steady, and then it smelled burnt, so it's very weird. Not a great unit at all, very cheap, but whatever. And this here is an Eiston alarm, also very cheap. Ionization from 2003. SD-17H is the model. Yeah, very boring, pretty common. Both of these are pretty common, unfortunately, but yeah, cheap alarms, so not very good. Then down here we have these two alarms, which are pretty cool actually. These are decently rare, or they are pretty rare. These are from a company called Nordic, but they're rebrands of the Code 1 Jameson 2000, I think. But this model of this is, yeah, it doesn't really have model, it just says 9-volt basic. Well, pretty weird, but I have two of them. This one I got new in box. I think it's this one at least. And it's from 1996, and that one's used from 1997. But still pretty cool alarms. And then we got this ICAS 10-year battery smoke alarm. And I believe this is from mid-90s, probably. I'm not sure, but somewhere around there. Probably one of the first 10-year battery smoke alarms ever made. Pretty cool, decently common, especially in apartments. Yeah, I'm in our basement, it's just a bunch of plumbing, stuff like that. Alright, so now let's go to the next one. Alright, now let's do some of these probe rebrands down here. So, all of these are basically rebrands or kind of remakings of the Probe 101 unit. A lot of smoke alarms rebranded these, like these ones. Basically the same, just a different cover on all of these. But yeah, let's start with this one. This is a decently rare unit. It's from 2004, and it's actually a dual sensor alarm. So it has both photoelectric and ionization unit. It's pretty cool. I don't believe, or I don't think
that Probe makes a dual sensor alarm. I think it's just a Probe 101, which has a added photoelectric sensor in it. But yeah, pretty cool. It also has a battery flag, so when you don't have a battery, it will put out the flag indicating that. Pretty cool. And the next one here are these two. These are the same units. One is in bad condition. Yeah, it's this one. The person I got it from has some like cardboard something behind it, so pretty weird. It was just like taped onto it. It's really weird. This one's made in 04, so 2004. And this is basically a Probe 101 with a hush button. And this is the Excitesym unit, although it is from 03, I believe. Also has an extremely thick base for some reason. Yeah, pretty cool. Very common, or not very common, but pretty common in apartments and stuff like that. You see them everywhere in apartments. As you can see, here's a similar one. It's basically just a standard one with only an ionization sensor. This one has a branding on it, and I believe that this company here, Jetnings Verket, which means like saving company or something. Don't know how to translate it properly, but this is actually the company that installs the compressors for the Swedish air raid sirens that are air-driven. I believe they did that in the 80s and 70s and stuff, which is pretty cool to have a smoke alarm from. And this one is much older, I think. The logo, or not the logo, but the label is much older. This one's made by HomeWatch, which is the company that rebrands Probe. I believe all of these are made by HomeWatch, at least manufactured. Same with these, but then sold by different companies. This one is from 1997, I believe, because of the 7 right there. I don't know what they mean by that. So yeah, pretty cool unit. I got this new in box, actually. One of my first vintage alarms that I got. Now let's do these other Probe rebrands here. So these two right here. Also, this one is one of my first vintage alarms. So I got one from my grandma. And I believe these are from 1992, 1993, around that time. These are pretty rare. These are also made by HomeWatch, which rebrands Probe, but they're sold by IKEA. So yeah, decently common. Not very common, not very rare, but cool alarms. I like them. Yeah. So then we got this one here. This one's much older. This one's from 1987. And it is sold by Meralco and made by Probe, or HomeWatch, sorry. Yeah, pretty cool. And this one, actually, I got a new in box, but the battery that was in it was corroded and it has leaked acid, as you can see right there. So yeah, unfortunately, it's very rare. This is a very rare unit. So that was pretty unfortunate. I'll try to clean it the best I could, but whatever. Then we got these 3 units right here, and just probably learned around 3 months ago, I was begging to get one of these, because they are pretty rare. They're rarer than these, at least. I begged to get one of these, and then in just about a month, I got 3 of them. So this one here came from my friend, Siren Fan, or whatever on YouTube. Here's the back. It's in pretty poor condition. And it looks, yeah, it doesn't look very good. He got it from an abandoned apartment. And then this one is slightly better in condition. Yeah, it's pretty clean on the inside. The cover's not as ugly, stuff like that. And then we got this one, which I got new in box, actually. So that's pretty nice. The battery's in there, sealed. And also some screws there, stuck to the mounting bracket. So yeah, pretty cool. I made a video with this, actually. And that one as well, actually, when I unboxed them. And also this one. I made a video unboxing too. Or not this one, but that one. In the same video as these. But yeah, pretty cool units. They're circa 1990, a lot of them. I'm not sure. Maybe late 80s, maybe mid 90s. But probably circa 1990. Right, cool. Now let's do these Firenetics Lifesaver stuff. So we got 2 Firenetics Lifesaver 0905s here. This one is a used one. Poor condition. It's from 1998. Or no, 1988 actually.
but pretty cool. And then we got this one. This one is from 1987, and it's actually new in box. Like I said, I unboxed them in the same video. These three. They've got a slightly more rare version, which is the 0906, which has a added hush button, also from 1988. Yeah, pretty cool, rare alarms that I'm glad to have. Alright, now let's do these. Whatever, they are all from different companies, but they look the same. So, start down here. This is a Black & Decker SMK 60M3. I think that was small, at least. Let's open it up. Here's inside. Made a video about this one. There's the label. It does not say when it's made, but it's circa probably the late 80s or something, 1988, I believe. Still pretty cool alarm. Decent rare. Well, it is pretty rare. Then we got this one here. This looks almost the exact same, but does not have a Black & Decker logo. This one is made by Anglo Nordic. Let's see where it says that. There you go. Anglo Nordic. This one is from 1990. And yeah, pretty cool alarms. Pretty cool alarm. It's the same company as these and all of these. So yeah, pretty cool. And then we got this one, which is probably much more rare. I've never seen one with a clear button before. Not a lot of information. Does not say when it's made. Just says how to clean it and stuff about radioactive material. These ones have the exact same internal, which makes me believe that this one is probably also from 1990. I mean, all of the resistors and capacitors and stuff are exactly the same on the inside. However, this one has some older or different electronics inside of them, which makes me believe that this one is slightly older, because I think these are pretty famously made in 1988 or something. So yeah, pretty cool. Like these units a lot, actually. They look cool. Right, now we only have 2 brands left, or 7 smoke alarms left. So, we'll start with these ones. These are all from Anglo Nordic, but originally made by Firex. It's an American company. So we'll start with this one down here. This is probably the most rare one. One of the most rare one in my collection. This is a Firex FX830. Well, obviously it's a rebrand by some different company. So yeah, I made a video about this one as well. But very rare unit. Real cool to have. Yeah, it's made in 1987, so pretty cool. Both of these are made in 1987. The other one's from 82, which is my oldest unit. But this one right here is a Firex FXB-1A, the 3rd generation one, or the newest generation of them. Also from 1987. I got it new in box, so you can see the screws in there. Just shove them in there. And then we have this unit, which is very rare. It's a Firex FXB-1A 2nd generation version. And I believe the 1st generation one had a squealer horn, which is extremely rare. But yeah, pretty cool alarms. Really like these units as well. Especially this one. This is very cool to have. Bought it for like $1 or 10 crowns at a thrift store. So I'm very glad of that. Or you call it thrift store, retail store, whatever, I don't care. Then we got these alarms here. These are the Dicons, which is pretty much my favorite alarms. They just look very cool, especially that one. That's extremely cool unit. We'll start down here. So this here is a Dicon 440, I believe. Dicon 440, I think that's the model. And it's photoelectric. It looks pretty much like the oldest unit in my collection. It's the biggest unit. But yeah, this is from 2000, and it's photoelectric. Pretty cool, pretty rare, or it's actually very rare, I think. Cool unit. And then we got pretty much the ionization counterpart of that, which is the Dicon 300, or this is actually a rebrand. It's rebranded by Tentec. So It's a Tentec IB900, but it's originally a Daikon 300, I believe. It's made in 1987, and this thing is in absolutely shreddable condition, as you can see. The cover is absolutely broken. It's missing the test button. Horrible condition. But whatever. I wish to get a new one of these because I really like Daikon. And actually with this one as well, I already got a... Where is it? Yeah, it's in very bad condition. As you can see, we had to kind of... Please, give me some light. But if you can see, it's a bit glued there because it broke basically first day. These newer Daikons, they're not new, but newer than these. These newer Daikons are extremely bad quality. Don't like them a lot, but these older Daikons are absolutely fantastic. So this here is the Daikon 300. It's the original Daikon 300. And yeah, I'll open it for you. Hang on a second. These ones are hard to open with one hand. You know what? Screw it. I got a video on this, so if you want to see that, I'll link it in the description. This is basically this. It looks very similar, but this one has the PCB board and circuit board in the cover. It's kind of stuck to the cover, as you can see in there. It's not on the actual base, which is what the second and first generation ones did. Then we got this unit. This is pretty much the rarest unit in my collection. It's a first generation Daikon SA4. So you can guys see this is the third gen, third gen, second gen, and first generation. But this is not a Daikon 300 actually. This is a Daikon SA4 first generation one. Pretty confusing, but it's basically a square version of these. Very cool alarm. Looks extremely cool. Love the design of this. Very rare. From 1983. And this one's also from 1983, by the way. So yeah. By the way, this is also my favorite alarm in my entire collection. It's probably this, and this. Those are probably my favorites. But yeah. So that was basically my whole collection. Now, if you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss out on future videos, and also hit the post notification bell. So yeah, have a good one guys, and Happy New Year. Bye bye.